So, what I'm saying, Tom, is that I never actually said that your father died. I said that he had gone to sea and not returned. It's not the same thing.
How can it be it's not the same thing? Why would he not come back? How could he not be dead?
He was on this dock that morning shouting at Lonnie. Lonnie could not hear everything he was saying. He got on that ship in Glasgow for America. He got off that ship in America. After that, it's unclear. I hired the detectives at great expense to find him, but he did his best not to let me follow. I just don't know. Maybe I should have told you earlier, but there's nothing could be done. Tom, I'm sorry.
So you're saying my father might be alive in America?
I don't know. Tom, I'm sorry. Really, I am.
No, Pop. This is the grandest birthday gift ever.
It is?
It is. Maybe you're expecting me to be angry with you. Maybe I should be. But ever since I was a wee lad, I dreamed that one day, maybe, my dad would return. That he wasn't dead. That he was shipwrecked after some monstrous storm. And some natives found him on the beach and made him king of Tahiti. And then he and some warriors left the island in an outrigger canoe, captured Blackbeard's ship, and he became lord of the pirates. And he rounded Cape Horn in a gale. He sank the Spanish Armada, and he wrestled the Kraken single-handed. And after he was made master of the seven seas, he sailed his fleet into Glasgow. He rode a golden carriage through Edinburgh, right to our front door. And you shook his hand, and he knew me straight away. And now you're telling me it may be true.
I do not think that is true.
I don't mean to make up stuff, but the point is the news is grand. You were right for telling me now. I couldn't do anything before, but now I can. I know you looked for him, but don't you see the difference? You always say I'm so much like him. I think like him. I'll go to America. I'll follow my heart, and it'll lead me right to him.
But, Tom, it's a huge country.
It cannot be that big.
Have you not seen the maps we print?
There cannot be that many Scotsmen in America.
Certainly no more than there are in Scotland.
You know I have to go to America.
Tom, I knew before I told you. From here to here. It's not that far anymore.
Who knows where journeys might end? Who knows what fate has in store? A wayfaring soul, a stranger with no aim or plan. I know I'll be traveling far to places I've not seen before. destiny, finding my place in the world and just what in the world is for me. Finding my destiny, a spirit alive, I'll survive and contrive to be open and free.
I've got something for you. This, it's a letter that your mother gave to me to give to your father. Looks like you're going to have to give it to him now, when you find him. All right?
I'll try.
I know you will.
Well, the man that I seek is my blood, is the reason that drives me on. And he don't even know I exist, but I know he's a part of me. All I know is that he is my father. Come what may, I just hope he sees me as I am.
All right. Now you've got to get to Glasgow.
Lady whose soul I came from is urging me on in my quest. I carry her love, I'm holding her heart in my hand. And maybe she knows where I'm bound. She'll follow me over the waves, and maybe we'll win, and maybe she'll find where I am. Finding my destiny, finding my place in the world and just what in the world is for me. Finding my destiny, a spirit's alive that survives and is driving my soul to be free. Finding my destiny, finding my place in the world and just what in this world is for me. Finding my destiny, a spirit alive, I'll survive and contrive to be open and free.
So, I saw Tom off from the same dock in Glasgow that his father had left from 19 years earlier. Now, he didn't have much more to go on than my detectives did. He had a name which was wrong, and he had a description, and he knew that his father was interested in textiles. But he was following his heart, and I hoped that that would be enough to go on. His plan was that he'd go from town to town, mill village to mill village, wherever there was a sizable Scottish population, ask around, work a little bit, get to know people, and if he made no headway, he'd move along. So, lately he had written me that he was staying in this place, what was it? Norwich in Connecticut? And he had worked there a bit, and he told his foreman he was going to leave. And his foreman was actually a bit upset because Tom was a hard worker, runs in the family. And his foreman was trying to convince him to stay, but Tom said, well, I've got to move on.
For the work. But I never saw this as a permanent situation. No offense to you or your grand mill. It's the heart that it keeps this town alive. Its people are the hands. But as welcome as you made me feel, I'm still just a traveller. I'm a searcher. No job can be a permanent situation for me. I have wandered far, always searching, always searching, always searching, following my star, always reaching, always reaching, always reaching. Now I bend my back, never breaking, never breaking, never breaking. Comes the end of day, numb and aching, numb and aching, numb and aching. We built this town, laid each brick down, with our own hands, toil and tears, with our sweat, oil and iron, oak and leather, always turning, always turning. Coal, fire and soot, wool and water, always churning, always churning. Sweat rolls down my face, day's just beginning, just beginning, just beginning. The spindle and the spool ever spinning, ever spinning, ever spinning. We built this town, laid each brick down, with our own hands, toil and tears, with our sweat. Far, always searching, always searching, always searching. I follow my star, built this town, laid each brick down with our own hands, toil and tears. Toil and tears with our sweat.
So the foreman asked Tom why he was moving on, what he was searching for. And Tom told him his whole story about his mother and his father and me sticking my nose in. And the foreman said, "I think I've heard your story before. And I think I know your father. He's the man who runs this mill. Now, may God strike me dead again if that's not the truth." Well, so a meeting was arranged, but by this time, Thomas Sr. Thomas was a wealthy man and always wary of the swindle, and he didn't know he had a son. So he wasn't believing the story for a minute. As a matter of fact, he threatened to throw Tom out.
I think it's best if you get out of my mill. We have no room for con men. You should leave.
Searching for 5 years.
I think you misheard me, lad. I said, get out.
Just read that.
Did you hear what I said?
Read it.
Who's it from? Who on earth could this possibly
My
be from?
mother, Violette Montresor.
The one who couldn't write? Good try. I said, get out. Leave.
Well, that's it then.
Wait. What was that you just said?
That's it then.
See, that's the last thing my father said to me before I left. Who are you?
I'm Violette's son. I'm your son.
It just says, it says Je t'aime toujours. But it's spelled wrong. I told you she couldn't write.
I don't remember her. I never really got to meet her. But Pop's told me a lot about her.
Pop?
Pop, my grandfather, your father. She called him Papa. They were very close.
Were they now? That's quite odd, Dad. When did she pass?
I was a little more than a year old.
So what, I would have been here a year, maybe 2. This damn mill was just up and running. I thought I had more time, but a year passed and then another and then a decade, and I had no right to go back to her. Not after that time. Not after that.
But you're saying you would have come back? Or not even left in the first place? She would have died nonetheless.
Yes, but could have been your father.
I'm here now. You can be now.
I will be now. We won't wait for tomorrow.